back to Chamber Connection. I'm your host, Mike Evans, and I am joined by John Gallagher of Exterior Designers Incorporated. John, you've been a longtime Chamber member and a successful business here in the community, but people might not really know what EDI is all about, so tell the folks at home what you do.
Well, I hope that's not the case, Mike, but EDI is a residential siding, window, and roofing company. We've been serving the western suburbs for the last 28 years.
Okay.
And we consider ourselves the best, but no, there's a lot of really good companies out there, but we do things a little differently than everybody else. So.
Well, and I say, people may not know you because I'm always amazed at, the rocks I think we all live under sometimes. I mean, a business has been open down the street for years, and they go, "Oh, when did that get there?" It's just amazing how many times in conversation we have to talk about the great things that are going on and things like what you're doing at your company. This year of all years has been one where siding and roofing has probably kept you pretty busy.
It's been very good.
The weather gods have been good to us all in that industry. So, what has that been like, and what's how are you managing this in your schedule of all the storms that we've had?
Well, I'm not a storm chaser. I'm here in the community. I'm looking for the customer that wants to do the high-end quality job.
Okay.
Not looking for somebody who's just trying to get their insurance taken care of. So I don't look for that business, but when my customers call me, I'm going to try and trade them up and show them how. Quite honestly, I work on the single largest investment the average person ever makes in their life, their home.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so to me, I think that's really important. And so I tell people, whether you live in the worst area or the best area, we're going to do the same job. Because I think it's important to them and to me, because it helps my business and it makes their home a better value.
Well, and I think you have a great point on the storm chasing. I mean, anytime you have one in the neighborhood, we all get the knocks at our doors and the flyers on the mailbox. I mean, that's that's a way of doing business, and then I think there's the way that you're really referring to, and that's seeking out the quality business and the quality customers. But it's oftentimes the insurance and the storms that force us to say, all right, if I'm going to make a change, let's trade up, as you said, and do that. So what are some of the options out there to people? I mean, they may not even realize that the variations in roofing and in siding that are even there, that just because the siding that's on your house today doesn't mean that's the siding that has to be there forever. So what are the options out there for people?
I specialize in more maintenance-free products.
Okay.
The vinyls and the maintenance products where you don't have to paint and so on and so forth. But another product that's coming on really strong, if you have cedar siding, you usually have woodpeckers.
Okay.
Pretty much guaranteed. And so there's a product, James Hardy. I'm sure you've probably heard about it. It's a cement board siding.
Yeah.
Now, it's not a completely maintenance-free product because it's painted, but it gives you the option of making it look more like cedar with minimal maintenance.
Okay.
And it's really a beautiful product. A lot of your new construction is being done with James Hardy, and it's a great company.
And on the roofing side, I hear people refer to architectural concepts in roofing. And where are you seeing some of that change?
That's the rage. I don't think I've done a 3-tab shingle in 5-10 years. It's just, that's the rage. But there's all different grades of architectural shingles. So there's good, better, best in every product you buy.
Sure.
And we tend to go to the best.
And, there's a lot of I think indirect benefits sometimes to making these improvements in heating costs and energy efficiency. Is that all part of what you kind of bring to the table when you're meeting with customers?
Of course. Obviously, roofing is ventilation, cooling your attic and making it so your air conditioning load is not as high. Windows, they've done some tremendous inroads in windows and energy efficiency in glass. You have to be careful not to spend more than you're going to get a payback on.
And I think that's probably always the challenge for some.
Of course.
What is that payback like? So how do you brace that conversation with customers? Because I think that's always something that's hanging over someone's head out there.
Well, windows are very expensive.
Yeah.
Okay, I question whether you ever get a real payback on windows with your energy, unless energy triples or quadruples.
Sure.
But you get comfort and ease of cleaning and lack of painting. So the payback is over a long period of time.
Okay.
So it's an investment into your property.
And I've had the pleasure of getting to know you just through the chamber, obviously, and your commitment to our organization and business in general in this community. And I hear from you all the time on how important that really is, the community that you're operating in. Speak to that a little bit. I mean, we talked with the president of Nightcore recently, and she talks about how important that is to a big company. But it's sometimes even more relevant to the small business guy in here. So speak to the connection that you feel to the Naperville area and the community as a whole.
Well, Mike, the things that mean the most important to me, you'd think it would be my business. But personally, the most important thing to me is my faith, my family, and my community, because they're all interrelated.
Yeah.
And obviously I have a family. I have 3 grandchildren here in Naperville. So it's really important to me that this fine community that we live in continues on, and continues on giving my children and my grandchildren the type of life that I've been blessed with. And so I want to be involved in the chamber because the chamber is the business voice for the whole community. And quite honestly, we're the best chamber in the state of Illinois, in my opinion.
I agree, absolutely.
And so you want to be part of that. You want to be integrally involved with those people so that you can work to make it a better community. People think Naperville just happened, and it didn't.
No,
it came with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. And we need that next generation of people that step up.
Absolutely.
And I want to be part of that.
Well, and we're glad you are. And, there are benefits, and there is a way to grow your business through that process as well. But I think your message of that you give first is so critical. How do we get that message across, though, to the up-and-coming generations of business people out there? Because I think it is lost a lot of times on folks.
That really is a good point. I'm in the Rotary in Naperville. The Rotary Club in Naperville has some of the finest people in that organization, and they're getting old. And they were the people that built this community.
Getting wiser.
Well, but they are getting old. We lost Chet Rebecki, who was the mayor and helped build the Riverwalk in Naperville.
Absolutely.
And so who's going to be the next generation? We need those people that are vision-oriented for the community, not just what's in it for me. Because those people, the Rita Harvards of the world that made this community, I want to be like Rita Harvard. She's a lady that was sorely missed.
Tom Castagnoli, the son, is a very good friend of mine, and you're right. I think that generation is carried on, and if we have people like you and that's carrying that message, it'll continue. So
well, I hope I can.
We're here to support you in that effort and hope that more people can jump to that cause. So, John, I appreciate that message and the things you're doing in this community, and it's just a little added bonus that we have a great community with wonderful roofing and siding as well, thanks to Exterior Design. So thanks for being here today, and this is Chamber Connection, and we will be right back. Thank you very much.